Good morning. I have got to second set. The first set I checked was the one I put up that little tiny cut through ditch. It had nothing. The second set, I couldn't find the trap up next to the castor mound, so I pulled up the stake out here in deep water. I got a big one, but I'll get him loaded up here in a minute and we'll take a look at him. But I can just tell by the body size and the tail it's gonna be a good one. We'll see in a minute. It is a good one. A normal brown standard beaver, but it's pretty good sized body. Going to get this one stashed behind me in the canoe and remake this set. I knew this one would pay off. There's a lot of sign in here. Gonna move on down. High hopes. I said I had high hopes for this set this morning. It's the one I caught the black beaver in yesterday. It's just an empty 330 down there, but I'm gonna move on down. At the tail end of the line today, I'm gonna put in some nutria sets because they're starting to move back in. And I know somebody looking for a skull, so we'll move on down, see what else hopefully we caught today. See if we've caught something else. Here I'm putting in a nutria set. You can see right there's nutria poop up here on the little pedestal they get up here and sit on. But I'm gonna put some nutria lure up here, and the next one that comes by will be in the trap. But I'm gonna run this out into deeper water and put the drowner cable down. See you later. Just got the second catch of the morning. Just didn't go very far down the drowner, but it's a big nutria. I got somebody looking for a skull. Maybe this one will be in good shape for him, but not a giant nutria, but hey, I'll take it. It's catch number 2. We'll keep moving down. Well, I had miss right here. There's some sticks and moss and stuff in it. The trap had gone about 2 feet down the drowner cable, but the beaver had taken the little castor mound that I'd created between these two and converted it to a new one of theirs. So it's still getting activity here. We're gonna remake this set, re-dope it up with beaver castor, and try it again. But we'll keep moving down. I've just put in a nutria set. I'm finding lots of little trails back through the marsh, and they're coming up in and out through here, sitting on all these little pillars. I took a Duke 1.5, kind of scooped out the grass a little bit so it'd sit down on something solid. Cabled it off to a little 1/4 inch or 3/8 inch fiberglass rod. And the slide drowners I'm using are the Hags brackets. They're good for several uses, but different uses between a muskrat baited pole and using them for drowner slides. They're pretty good. Duke 1.5 on a cable drowner. I'm gonna put the stake out in deep water. Maybe I'll have a nutria here tomorrow. We'll move on down. Well, this is basically all I'm doing on my beaver sets. I know I have a crossover that goes out through here to where they're feeding in another little creek, and there's a good bit of sign where they're coming and going. I take castor, specifically most of the times Clint Locklear's and Rager. I put it on that stick. Right here I have a TS-85 bedded. Offset one side or the other, depends on how the lay of the land is. I went to the left side on this one, and trying to catch a front foot. Usually I wind up catching a back foot. They'll come up here, bump it with their chest to come up on the crossover, drop their feet, and boom, got them. We'll move on down. I'm just putting in this nutria set. I've got the little fiberglass fence post right here holding the tag end up close to the trap. And got a Duke 1.5 stuck down in that grass. I'm using a little bit of the Tom's Nutria Lure #1 from Lone Oak Trading. It's really good smelling to the nutria because I've caught a bunch of them on it. We're going to get this set completed, put the drowner stake out in deeper water, and move on down. Just getting in another nutria set right here. Got a Duke 1.5 sitting there. Put some Lone Oak Trading Tom's #1 in here on the grass. I've chosen this spot. For one, there's a lot of nutria sign here, but the little travel corridor goes out to the main river just above me, and it's kind of like a pinch point. It's real narrow right here between the little cut through these reed beds, and we'll see what we can do right here. I'm gonna move the drowner out to deep water and anchored up. We'll move on down. I was on my way out of here, and got a little moisture on the lens. Found this spot. That's fresh. I can smell the castor. I'm right up next to the bank in the canoe. That's fresh, and that's fresh. So I got another beaver set with me. Apparently they're coming up right here between these two, bringing in mud. You can tell where they've come in from the backside bringing it, but it's just strong a castor right here. With that being fresh, I'm gonna put in another set. See if we can't get this one. I'm headed back to the truck, but I'm gonna put in this set before I go. Well, here's our catch of the day. Probably a good 50-pound beaver, 47 to 50 pounds, and a big nutria rat. But second check, 2 species. Wish the catches would pick up a little bit, but 2's better than nothing. I'm ahead of the house.